In 2013, I built just for fun a speech recognition system for Valais-based, which is one of the most difficult dialects to understand in Switzerland. We were really happy with that system because it worked much better than we thought. And we also published some papers on international conferences. And we have seen that there was not so much traction in the market in Switzerland. So that's why we then decided to fund our own company, Recapp, to commercialize that technology and to make speech recognition available for the people that live in Switzerland.
Speech recognition uses machine learning techniques such as neural network in order to learn what the language is made of. It learns how phones are shaped. So phones are the units that we use inside words when we speak, and it learns what sentences are made of. And in order to learn that, you need to feed the system with lots of data, like corpora, lexica. It learns because it sees many things. So the more example it gets, and the better it will learn.
Switzerland is exactly such a case because the German that is spoken in Switzerland, we don't have a lot of data. And it's very difficult to understand for the machine because we don't have a written standard, and it varies a lot in the different regions.
So from the speech you can extract the silent information, for example. Whenever you pause, when I pause, you can induce information out of it. For us it's important because out of it you can then generate punctuation. This is something we do when we generate protocols for Parliament, for example. We do generate punctuation out of nothing, which is not really nothing because we have some cues inside the speech. And then out of the text you can also extract information like the grammatical categories, for example, the nouns, the verbs, the proper nouns. And this is also extremely useful for us because this helps to format the final document that we're going to produce.
The reason why I decided to create a startup was also a bit of frustration. We have seen a technology that was working, and I felt somehow stuck in research because just publishing papers and seeing systems that work quite well and then not seeing them in the real world was a bit of frustration. The support that we get from Innosuisse is very important because research obviously for a small company that we are is very expensive. The other line where Innosuisse is very helpful for startups is the coaching that you get and the programs that they have. Because even though in a startup you always learn from mistakes, I think it's good to avoid a lot of mistakes that other startups have already done. And therefore I think it's very important to have this coaching from Innosuisse and also the networking that Innosuisse brings to you. Plus the certificates that you can get from Innosuisse gives you a lot of credibility if you're looking for investment, for example.